Oscar the Grouch. Ice skating, maybe?
If it's just his trash can being pushed around, that's really funny.
Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. Oscar falls down the stairs and the trash can explodes. I don't know if this is an official one.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. All right.
Oh yeah, here's a 25-second one. That's the shit.
give me the unedited.
I'll give you the real one.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Direct to Video VHS. A podcast where we pair movies like fine wine. So, to call what we just watched a movie would be an overstatement.
It's a TV special.
I enjoyed it. Okay, I feel like I should say that. It's quite fun. It's kind of a perfect Christmas special style movie, sort of like Charlie Brown or The Grinch or something. Just kind of like 45 minutes, you'll chill out, not a lot of actual stressful stuff is happening. You'll get it.
Yeah. It's a Christmas flick.
But I'm a little worried, not that worried, because I can't say the word content in a normal sentence without adding hashtag content. Mm-hmm. But I'm a little bit worried that there is not enough hashtag content in this movie for us to make a podcast about.
We knew this one was going to be a short and sweet. I do agree that I don't think I was quite prepared for how short, how sweet. Yeah, well, it's because it's 45 minutes, but like 30 minutes of that is just like a jukebox sing-along song. I don't think I quite expected that.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen it. I believe there was one original song in this, and everything else was just like holiday classics, including a bit at the end where it goes on for like way longer than you expect it to.
It's like they like hit you with 5 songs in a row.
They literally just blend one into the other, and you're like, that's the last one. That's the last one. That's the last one? Like, they'll go on for a bit. But what we did is we watched The Muppet Family Christmas.
Yes. Premiered in 1987 on, I think, NBC.
I wonder if there is a legal reason why this isn't on Disney+.
I can tell you exactly what that reason is.
Great.
Every single one of those songs was not licensed for anything other than TV broadcast use.
Oh.
So
which one of those songs are not? I would think they were all in the public domain.
If we were, well, most of these songs were written in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, I think from what I've read, the DVD release of this back in the day was like half the length.
I see. Interesting. At one point, the count starts singing, "I saw 3 ships come sailing in," and I was like, a vampire saying that is so weird, because it makes me think this is about you in the Middle Ages watching 3 ships come sailing in.
Dude, I about lost my mind when Sesame Street showed up. I like jumped out of my seat. I was like, what? No way. They were able to get them? They're busy.
It's wild, but I think at this point, Sesame Street was still like Jim Henson led. So like it's all just their stuff. It's kind of crazy the amount of like, you don't think of, I guess maybe I don't think of the Muppets as having a heyday exactly, but this was like the heyday of the Muppets when they were like everywhere. They had three children's TV shows.
Yep.
That were all in one way or another kind of spin-offs of the Muppet Show, the classic variety show. And then they just throw them all together, and it's kind of amazing to see them all at once.
Yeah, I guess this is also like Labyrinth just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they really are just like at their height of their powers.
So this is a simple plot, really easy to get into, and there is almost no drama at all. Occasionally, people will have a problem, and it will immediately get resolved, and they'll move on to the next scene. And I usually hate that, but again, it is like a Christmas special, so it's fine. For instance, here's what sounds like is going to be the main drama of the special. Fozzie has unilaterally decided to take all of the Muppets, put them in the Winnebago, and drive them up to his mother's house for Christmas. He's going to surprise her. Robin is in the truck bed, which is wild.
This is just how people used to travel back in the day, man.
He's a little baby.
Yeah, dude. You just throw him in the back.
Anyway, his mother, meanwhile, is about to get on a plane for Malibu. And she has short-term rented her house to Doc, who is the human character from Fraggle Rock.
Yes.
And he wants to spend a quiet holiday, I don't know, just staring out at the snow in
just him and
this
his dog.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah, and like, that sounds nice, I guess, but a little bit weird to go out of your way, like, money-wise to do. But this is what he's doing. Then Fozzie shows up, ruins his mother's plans, ruins Doc's plans. He is paying for this house.
Yep.
And both of them are pretty much immediately like, well,
that's
moving
life.
on.
I mean, Doc looks like he's about to make a bit of a stink about it, and then Fozzie's mom has to remind him, hey, you're not the only person whose plans got ruined. I was supposed to be in Malibu.
He kind of gets over it very quickly. I definitely would have made much more of a stink about this.
No, okay, but would you have?
Okay.
Even right, because they're
in the world where the Muppets aren't the Muppets, I might.
Interesting. But in this world, they are the Muppets, right? Like, isn't that the whole point?
I guess my thing is, like, if I was planning, if I just fucking rented an Airbnb and the people were there and they'd invited their whole family over, I would be like, no, this isn't what Airbnb is.
Well, I mean, that is what Airbnb is, but I guess
it is what Airbnb is, but that's a fucking problem.
That's the problem. I love that the Muppets refuse to travel in a vehicle that isn't just the biggest piece of shit you've ever seen.
Amazing.
I assume that is specifically for like set reasons. Like, well, we don't want to pay a lot of money for a vehicle that we're going to have to drill a bunch of holes into.
I think it's also for, like, thematic reasons, because the Muppets are, in the Muppet Show, like, always on the verge of losing their theater.
Yeah, or bankruptcy, or being taken over by an evil media mogul.
Right. The Muppets are poor. And this is
Except
something...
for Miss Piggy.
This is kind of the crazy thing. Miss Piggy in this movie must be, like, on the up and up. Also, the Muppets appear to be in New York, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that, except that it's like, I thought they were in California.
Well, they
because
drove.
I watched a movie
there.
Where they went to California.
They're going to New York specifically to spend Christmas with Fozzie's mom.
But Miss Piggy's in New York. Miss Piggy is doing... She's 100% New York, 100% getting all these... she has so much stuff scheduled in New York. They must be in New York. Is the variety show version, the Muppet Show, is that in New York?
I don't... here's what I'll say. I can't claim to be an expert on Muppet lore, but I can say that Miss Piggy canonically isn't a part of their troupe. She has her own thing going on. Because Kermit mentions that she was supposed to be in the truck with them, and she never showed.
Okay, let's not talk canon. Canon's all the way over the place for the Muppets.
That's true.
This very film throws canon out the window for a good 5-minute sequence.
They mention at the beginning of the movie, Fozzie's like...
Yep.
Kermit's my boss, my friend, and my inspiration. Talking about him like they only met a couple years ago. But then we get like a Muppet Babies film reel.
This is important. His mom says, "Oh yeah, the lizard," because she's seen him on TV. She recognizes, quote, his weird friends from TV.
Yeah. But then it turns out they all grew up together.
It's amazing. I love it. It's very stupid. I want to mention one more thing about Robin.
Yes.
I've never really questioned the way that Kermit was kind of uncleized. I don't know. There's probably like a Muppet Show episode where they introduce Robin and maybe one of his parents or both of his parents or something. But I know that there are other Muppet frogs, so it's like fine. I never really cared.
There's a whole swamp of them.
They have a musical number. Kermit says the whole family's together to Robin.
Yeah.
And I was just like, is the whole family together, Kermit? Are we not missing anybody in the family that you might need to call? Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there. Robin's parents? Are they dead? I don't know.
I mean, they're clearly not as important to Robin as Uncle Kermit. The Muppet Wiki has no information on this.
Great. I'm pulling up the plot synopsis of this movie on Wikipedia, and it's surprisingly long.
Well, I assume they're just getting in the weeds. And I mean, a lot happens. It's just, right, it's like, it's like a movie of like tiny vignettes.
Here's what essentially happens in the movie. Somebody shows up. Everybody says hi to that person. We move on to the next stage.
Yeah, and then we get like a bunch of like weird crossover segments. We get like a whole scene where Big Bird defeats the Swedish chef with the power of love. It's
delightful.
It's really good.
There's a he might have been made for this episode because I don't think I've ever seen him ever again. There's a turkey.
Who
was invited over by the Swedish chef for dinner, and Gonzo's like, "Listen, man, you gotta go."
This is no place for a turkey. This turkey is a baller, though. This is like a Playboy Paramore turkey, right? Like a deep fried poultry, who swoops in and steals his girl.
Yeah, tries to horn in on Camilla,
and we never get resolution for this.
Yeah, the resolution is Kermit makes them stop fighting, and I think they get distracted by the snowstorm. After Gonzo tried to save this turkey's life out of the kindness of his heart, he was like, "Man, you gotta get out of here. That chef is going to cook and eat you." And the turkey's like, "Nah, I'm good, man." And Gonzo's like, "All right, see you at dinner," which was good.
I'm a survivor.
Which I guess he is. He lives through the whole movie.
Throws Big Bird under the bus. I love that he's like, "You think I'm a big turkey? You should see that turkey."
Yeah. We're jumping around because it's really easy to jump around this movie. Let's get to the introduction of the Muppets, because I have one big issue with the introduction of the Muppets.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to be here. They are caroling. They're caroling out in the middle of the countryside. This is a farmhouse.
Sorry. Do you mean the Sesame Street Muppets?
I did say Muppets, didn't I? Yes. I mean the Sesame Street characters who live on a street covered with apartments. You would think they would carol there.
Yeah. Sesame Street is like in, I don't know, Cincinnati or something.
No, Sesame Street's 100% in New York.
Is it? Oh, is it really?
I don't know where in New York. It might be supposed to be generically in New York, but it's... If the Muppets came from New York, they can't have come from that far away, but they sure fucking walked there singing. Like...
Yeah.
Like, why? Many of these Muppets are children. Grover might be, maybe not.
No.
But Prairie Dawn's out here in the cold. Big Bird's like 4, I think.
Yeah, Big Bird is absolutely a child.
This is an interesting moment in Muppet history. They have the Elmo Muppet.
Yeah.
And he does not appear to be Elmo yet. He appears to be a background character.
He is there. He is visibly Elmo, but he is not... We have not hit, like, peak Elmoification, like the Elmoification of Sesame Street.
We don't even hear him. I don't think he has a voice yet. I think he's
he does. he was a permanent character by this point. I just don't think he was like I don't think he was as big as like Bert and Ernie and Big Bird. Those are the big ones,
right? Grover, Cookie Monster, the Count, the classics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Oscar the Grouch. Sorry, I know we just keep jumping around. Yeah. When Oscar the Grouch shows up, he is in fact just in his trash can.
Love it.
So every time he's in shot, he's just in his trash can. But like they've been caroling. Yeah. Like whose movie are they just dragging his trash can with them?
There's an answer to this in a different Sesame Street movie. Did you see the one where there is an ice skating sequence?
No.
I'm going to see if I can pull it up and send it to you.
Let me see this. Oh my god! Oh, he falls down 2 flights of stairs!
Yeah! He looks whole ass dead by the end of that. The point is...
So yeah, he can pop the bottom out. Okay.
He pops the bottom out.
That's really funny.
That's how Oscar gets around.
That's so good. He does seem really excited to have an authentic rat in his trash can.
That was such a good moment because I fully expected him to be like, "No, you're not coming in my trash can." But he was like, "A rat in my trash can?" Charmed by it. Charmed by the idea.
Yeah, this is an incredibly in-depth Wikipedia summary. Holy shit. What's it doing?
I pulled it up so I could like have an outline, but honestly, it's making me get lost in the weeds a little bit.
It's a little too detailed.
Yeah, it tells me that Henry Monster will sleep in the bathtub and Ernie and Bert will bunk with Kermit. That's like fine that you know that, but it's really wild.
Yeah, it is in fact like they're just writing the script of the movie. They need to...
It's essentially the whole script.
Jesus Christ, look at all these songs.
Occasionally there will be like more stress, like, oh, there are more and more people coming. Can we keep everybody in? But it's really like hand-waved. Like Fozzie's mom makes a joke that Doc will have to give up his room unless he can start making some bunk beds and putting them in the closets. And so Doc makes some bunk beds to put in the closets, which is fine.
Yeah, Doc is a go-getter. He's going and he's getting firewood for everybody.
At first, it seems like he's going to low-key be the villain of this.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who's being put upon, he's going to, like, push back against the Muppets. But very quickly, he is, like, ride or die for these people that he does not know.
At one point, he's like, Kermit, I just met you today, and I'm going to go out there in this godforsaken weather to find your girlfriend.
Yeah. Kermit's like... the snow's coming down, and Miss Piggy said she was coming, and I just hope she's okay. He's like, well, I'll go look for her. And he's like, Doc, whoa, what?
I don't really know you that well. It's at this point, right? At this point, who cares? We're all friends.
There was quite a good moment where he said, Kermit, I was planning on spending Christmas alone.
Just me and my Muppet dog.
Just me and my Muppet dog, who's different from the other Muppet dog that can talk and play piano.
But they can talk to each other.
They can't talk to each other. He does have, and this is important, sapience.
Yes, he is like all Muppet. I don't know how I feel about the fact that some Muppets are just animals, quote unquote, right?
The problem is it's really hard to decipher which are which. Because do you know what? Those chickens are not just animals.
Yeah, but they are, right? Like, they don't... Unlike the turkey... who wears a beanie and sunglasses.
Yep, keep going.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a difference, right? Like there are puffins outside, but unlike the chickens, one of those puffins can talk. There's a real gradient, and I don't know if I'm like mad about it or if it's the funniest thing actually.
Maybe it's just literally like throat development. Maybe the chickens just can't make sounds
that puffins can.
Clucking. Yeah, man, that's how it works. And the snowman that was just made this morning.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the snowman. Right, because Fozzie makes a snowman. He comes to life with the power of Christmas, Frosty the Snowman style.
For sure.
And then they start doing like a 1-2 punch comedy act. And the puffins are eating it up. They're like, this is the fun, or not the puffins, they're the wild forest animals.
There's all the forest animals are like, this is hilarious.
Reindeer. There's another bigger, more realistic Muppet bear.
Awesome. Yes.
And they're all like, this is the funniest shit. This is great. Fozzie's immediately like, time to go pitch this to my boss, best friend, and also crib sharing roommate.
Yeah, play school partner. And then when he eventually does, this takes like half the movie. In a pretty funny bit, Statler and Waldorf are there because they're friends with Fozzie's mom.
Amazing. So good that Statler and Waldorf are not only friends with his mom, they fucking dunk on his shit so hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine being so owned that the snowman's like, maybe I'll just melt, man. This sucks. This sucks.
By the by, unrelated, Statler and Waldorf were at the Gaming Awards this year.
Oh.
Sorry, I have a question. Do you ever watch the Gaming Awards?
No.
You shouldn't. It's bad.
I remember kind of sort of watching the first one and being like, oh, this is just like a Super Bowl halftime show. It's like pretending to be more important, but it's a Super Bowl halftime show.
It's basically a very long advertisement for a bunch of AAA games.
Yeah.
That are coming out next year. But
allegedly.
Also they have the guy who runs it and hosts it. I can't stand his fucking face for his whole deal. I want to punch him in the throat.
Jeff Keighley is he's like a pick-me. All he does is talk about all the famous people he knows.
Yeah. No, he was 100% doing that on stage.
And it's like, dude, we get it. You know famous people. Like, I don't care. You're so uncharming.
Here's something I only learned recently. The Muppets are always at the Game Awards. I don't know why.
What?
They always have a Muppet for a skit at the Game Awards.
Jeff Keighley must love the Muppet.
This year, though, they did get Statler and Waldorf, and it was the only time that I was like, oh, okay. The Muppets are at the Game Awards. Because Statler and Waldorf, they're guests, right? You can't actually come in there and tear this place apart.
No.
But you could feel the desire to. And there was some jokes that were like, that was mean.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, get him.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's so good.
I was like, they need Statler and Waldorf every year only because this stupid thing is so full of itself, and they need somebody being like, this is bullshit.
This sucks.
This sucks, actually. Anyway, they tear Fozzie and the snowman a new one.
They do. They really do. That snowman's like, I'm never going to perform in this town again. Sorry, I'm looking at Statler and Waldorf's Wikipedia page because they get their own Wikipedia page.
Of course they do.
And here under spouse, it says Waldorf, Astoria, ex-wife, Statler, unnamed wife.
I think Waldorf Astoria might just be the Statler puppet dressed up as a woman.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's really good. Yeah, the Sesame Street gang show up. Bert and Ernie host like a skit of the poem Silent is it Silent Night?
'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
A Night Before Christmas. In which, once again, Elmo shows up as Rudolph and says nothing.
Yep.
It almost feels like I'm being teased, you know? Like, I keep expecting Elmo to, like, just be the star of the show, because that's what Elmo is now.
But he's just not.
He's just not. He's just there.
He's just not. I mean, Santa is his name Henry Monster? He's a two-headed monster.
The two-headed monster.
And there's a great bit that I did remember from my childhood when it comes up where he says, a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And Grover runs on stage holding a bowl with a spoon in it and says, as you can see, I am not stirring.
And my hand has never once touched this spoon. It's really good.
And then he runs back off stage. And I was like, you know what? I would love to see this as like actually children's production where the joke of it was that it was thrown together last minute and one of the people never knows what's happening next. That's funny.
That's really good.
This is a really good concept. I think I love this idea.
I mean, like, Bert asks why the two-headed monster was cast as Santa, And Ernie's like, well, they'd never been in a play before. It's like,
so good.
Yeah, I guess that's a good enough reason, sure.
Yeah, okay.
While all of this is happening, Miss Piggy, who was supposed to be with them in the Winnebago, couldn't make it because of a, quote, film shoot that she just scheduled. End quote. I think,
photo shoot that she just scheduled. But
sorry, a photo shoot that she just scheduled. The guy who is voicing the photographer is a little, like all people who do anything with Miss Piggy, is a little too into it.
Who's a little too into a little too like, all right, Miss Piggy, let's see the pouty face.
Give me the pout, yeah. Yeah, show me that leg. It's like, oh my God, what's happening?
It's so good.
When the turkey starts hitting on
Camilla,
what's her name? Camilla. That was like a little too much for me. He's like stroking her like I don't know what to call it. Her like throat
dangly
and chest
bits
area.
Yeah. It's very like sensual in a way that I do not enjoy.
At one point, he's like, me and her are gonna go over and do the squawk and cluck. And I was like, whoa, whoa, there are children here. Elmo's right there. And again, we get no... This never gets addressed.
So there are like 3 little vignettes with Piggy.
Yes.
It's her on the phone at the photo shoot, and then her on the phone, she's buying gifts. And then she's at a payphone. There are 4 vignettes.
Yes.
She's at a payphone, and she's like, I'm coming out, nothing can stop me. And then the storm starts to blow her away. And then we see her trying to push a car.
The thing I love about the vignette where she's like, this not even this storm can stop me, is that when the wind picks up, it blows away the telephone booth and the building before it blows her away.
Yeah, she's like marching through it.
That's very aces. Good. That's such a good bit. And then she's trying to push the taxi out of the mud. I think that's the last we see of her.
That's the last we see of her before Doc finds her.
Yeah, because Kermit and Robin go down to meet the Fraggles.
So, this is the second bit that I would say is wildly out of continuity.
110%.
Because Doc is here.
Yeah.
The Fraggles, and I've only seen a few episodes of The Fraggles. It's a fun show. I would recommend it. It feels very, like, 70s, 80s style.
Mm-hmm.
But they live under Doc's house.
Yes.
They don't live under this other house.
Well, thankfully, Robin gets to give us an incredibly slapdash excuse for this, which is that apparently you can get to Fraggle Rock from any Fraggle crack.
I suppose that's possible. It didn't seem like it was necessarily magic, though. Whatever.
I agree with you, but listen, the movie needed a reason. They gave us a reason.
And the Fraggles are fine. They're enjoyable in this movie. They have the only original song, or if it's not original, maybe it's from Fraggle Rock. I forget what it's called now. Pass it on. Pass it on. They have this idea. They don't have Christmas in Fraggle Rock, which makes sense. But they do have a gift-giving holiday where everybody just gives the same gift to somebody else.
This is so fucked up.
I think it's a really fun idea.
Well, it is a really fun idea that they are giving the same, like, polished pebble to each other. I think at one point somebody's like, we've given that pebble, we've passed that pebble on 37 times.
Yeah.
But then they give it to Robin.
Yes, that did seem weird.
Who just takes it.
That did seem weird. They gave it to Robin, and they didn't say, we want you to take this above ground. They just give it to Robin, and I was a little bit like, okay, but maybe they kind of expect you to give it to one of them.
Yeah, right?
And he doesn't. He gives it to Grover at the end, which is fine. I feel like he's following the spirit of it, but it felt very weird in the moment.
They don't have that pebble anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
This bothers me so much. I don't know why.
I think the Fraggles are, don't quote me on this, post-scarcity anti-capitalist.
They don't believe in our weird hyper Protestant idea of Christmas.
I think the Fraggles own very little and always have more than enough food, and that's like the plot of the Fraggles. And like watching the Fraggles, like it's like watching Star Trek.
Yeah. It's like this is a society that has everything it needs.
Yeah. I want to mention the bit with the Swedish Chef and Big Bird.
Yeah.
Because for a couple of reasons. One, this is maybe the first time I've ever seen, maybe the first and last, maybe the only time that it has been posited that yes, the Swedish Chef is literally from Sweden. And he is a recent immigrant, like perhaps in the past few years. Because Big Bird comes in and he says, "You wanted to see me, Mr. Cook?" Which is adorable. He keeps on calling him Mr. Cook. And he gives him chocolate-covered birdseed because he says he knows that it's hard being away from your family during the holidays. And this melts the Swedish Chef's heart. And he no longer wants to cook and eat Big Bird because it's what he wanted to do a second ago.
He was all in. He was like, I'm going to eat this fucking bird. This is going to be a test, a challenge of my culinary expertise.
And then the scene itself, he tries to beat Big Bird to death, and Big Bird doesn't even fucking notice.
No, Bird's honky tonk badonkadonk knocks him out before he can get a good whack in.
Yeah.
When Big Bird finally does ask, "Oh, by the way, what are we eating for Christmas dinner?" He's like, "Oh, the burger." It's like, yeah, this. I don't know what the fuck is in this. This is what we're eating.
It's like cranberry and wheat germ or something.
My favorite.
Doc goes out to find Miss Piggy, and he does.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy shows up on a fucking dog sled, like a Balto-style mail sledge.
It's
Doc
wild.
is standing on the end, and he's kind of dressed like a nutcracker, maybe?
Yeah, he's dressed like a nutcracker.
And she's all glittered out.
And Doc's like, "I don't know what happened." And Kermit's
I don't know what happened.
"I'll tell you what happened. Miss Piggy happened."
Miss Piggy happened. Doc, like, sheepishly, like, "Look, man, I thought after dealing with 100 Muppets, I thought that I had it down." And it turns out, no, I was not ready for Miss Piggy. They all sing Christmas carols for fucking ever. It is...
Dude,
this movie is like little vignettes that are no longer than like 3 minutes. Just like... Next scene, next scene, next scene, next scene.
Yeah.
These carols stop the movie. Full stop.
It is. I'm looking at this. The carol sing melody is 12 fucking songs.
It's
half of the list.
It's a lot. As soon as somebody sings a song, somebody else picks one up. And here's the funny thing. They go from happy songs to kind of...
the sadder ones.
The sadder ones for a bit. And they pull it up a little at the end, but I feel like it doesn't quite get to happy. You're supposed to feel a little bit Christmassy morose for a bit.
It feels kind of melancholy a little bit.
Yeah. It's so odd considering the rest of the movie. And then Santa Claus comes in. This Wikipedia article makes a claim that I cannot.
This is a citation needed moment for sure. I thought it was just a real Santa. I don't believe this sentence.
This says, Doc then comes in dressed as Santa Claus giving presents to the Muppets. Now, to be fair, to give this some credit, Miss Piggy was out buying presents. It is possible that they arranged for him to come in as Santa Claus and give the presents to the Muppets. However, if you look at what is on screen given, what certainly looks like happens is they got the actor who plays Doc to also play Santa Claus.
Yes. Because in the medley scene, right, when we get all of these shots of all of the Muppets hanging out in the one big living room, which must have been a nightmare to choreograph. That is like 100 puppeteers all just like lying on top of each other, head to foot style.
oh, that's madness, but this is what they do. They've done this before.
No, absolutely. It's so cool. And Doc is there in the background.
Yeah, he's like
not dressed like Santa. So I
think he might kick off one of the songs, actually. I don't remember which one.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe Good King Wenceslas. I don't fucking know. But like,
I think Gonzo did Good King Wenceslas. I don't know why I think that, though.
But then there is one last bit, which is a very good bit, right before the movie wraps up, which is that out of nowhere, Mr. Jim Henson himself shows up, and he's just like, "All right, well, I guess I have to do the dishes now."
He's with Sprocket. Sprocket is Doc's dog, and he says, "Oh, they look happy. I like it when they're happy. Somebody's got to do these dishes. Come on, help me out, Sprocket." And Chamie looked at me and said, "Where did he come from?"
Yeah, who knows? He was just there the whole time.
He was there the whole time.
That it's so funny because they don't even try. Like, here's my question. We know who Jim Henson is. Would a child watching this in 87 know that that's Jim Henson?
I don't know.
Or would it just be some guy?
What you would probably do is they would turn to their parents and say, "Who's that?"
They'd be like,
the parents would say, "That's Jim Henson."
He made this. And they'd be like, "But like, who is that though?" No, Kermit made this.
Look, it's complicated.
It's good. It's a fun. This is a cute 45-minute thing. I rather enjoyed it. I think it sucks that there is like nothing new. I think in the pipeline for the Muppets right now.
Yeah. Hey, you're on this Wikipedia page, right?
Which one?
The Muppet Family Christmas?
Yeah.
Look at these Muppet performers. It's fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
So, Jim Henson, Frank Oz, Jerry Nelson, and Richard Hunt, and Dave Goelz play most of the Muppets.
They're like half the cast.
They're like 90% of the cast. And then we have Carol Spinney playing just Big Bird and Oscar. To be fair, Big Bird's a big role. You can't just jump in and out of Big Bird.
No. I assume it's a very full body experience.
Steve Whitmire playing, I assume, either Sprocket the dog or the Christmas turkey in any given scene in this movie.
Yeah. I don't think I ever see them in the same room together.
Yeah, except for the one scene where he has to play a Fraggle. And then there are two people who essentially just play Fraggles.
Yeah.
Which is very funny to me, because they probably went to wherever they
shoot Fraggle Rock.
Film Fraggle Rock to do that. They were just, "Hey, can you do this real quick?"
Sure.
Oh, although this does remind me that Maureen the Mink exists, and that was a funny joke, too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and then David Rudman as Miss Piggy's photographer voice. He had to have been doing some puppet stuff, because that's a puppeteer. But he's like not credited as anything but the horny photographer.
Maybe he was just an intern at the time.
Maybe. Maureen the Mink is a funny joke where Kermit tells Piggy that he got a mink for her. This is an extremely dated joke. Nobody gives away furs anymore. Nobody buys furs.
Yeah.
But she's very excited until she finds out that it's a living mink. And
also the mink is dressed exactly like her.
Yeah, and then it turns out, oh, this makes her biggest fan. She's immediately like, "Oh my gosh, Kermit, thank you." I assume Maureen the Mink is an assistant.
I got the impression that she was that this is more of a gift for Maureen the Mink than for Miss Piggy. But it's
like a Make-A-Wish thing.
I love that it has like a wig on.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy that these four dudes are doing, in my opinion, way too much work. I want to read the list that Jim Henson does, because it's very funny. Jim Henson as Kermit the Frog, Rolf the Dog, Mr. Teef, the Swedish Chef, Waldorf, the Puppet Newsman, Ernie, Guy Smiley, Baby Kermit,
Baby Rolf, and a penguin.
A penguin.
Very good.
There are like fucking 13 other penguins in this movie, and I bet those were all David Rudman.
Probably. Hands and feet.
Oh, that's so good. I Googled real quick, how does Sweden feel about the Swedish chef?
Interesting.
Just because I wanted to know. And the consensus that I found is they don't really mind him.
All right, that makes sense.
I think they're...
Sorry.
Yeah?
The Swedish chef has a bit on his Wikipedia page that says, in Sweden and other countries.
Oh, great. Apparently, Swedish people think he sounds Norwegian, which
Listen, guys... That's
very
funny.
What the fuck ever?
No. Oh. That's hilarious. That's like how in Toy Story 3 in Spain, the setting just makes him specifically from a certain city in Spain.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
hilarious. If in Sweden, the Swedish chef was called the Norwegian chef and he was exactly the same, I'd be like, yes, this is a perfect character.
It doesn't seem like that's what's happening.
And yeah, they call him the Swedish cook, which is not useful.
No. I what I will say to Swedish people, if they're like, we think he sounds more Norwegian, I don't know, man. Some people think some Americans sound Canadian. Like,
this is true. It's because they don't have the drawl.
Yeah, the world doesn't care.
Also, nobody speaks any of the Scandinavian languages. I'll just say it.
No, there's all nonsense. It's all nonsense up there. They're competing to make the most ridiculous languages.
No, Andy, I've just found out we've been canceled in Sweden. Merry Christmas.
That's fine. We didn't need them. Our one listener from Sweden is really contemplating. Finger hovering over the unsubscribe button.
I gotta go check our statistics and find out that we only have listeners in Sweden.
Ooh, all right. Well, if that's the case,
we love hearing about Balto.
I apologize. I didn't know. I'm not sorry that I did it. I'm sorry I got caught. It's good. It's a good 40-minute
movie.
thing. And you can find it for free on the internet pretty easily. I found like 4 different archives that had like the full thing.
Yeah, it's not hard to find. It's even up on YouTube. I assume that Disney or whoever has technically the right to play it, since they can't make it into anything, just allows it to be pirated because they don't care.
Yeah.
The version on YouTube has a breaking news story during the credits about abortion rights.
I lost my mind. I was like, whoa.
Which, I'll be honest, adds something to it.
Yeah, it really shook me.
It gives it a spice.
People in 1987 were going through what we're going through today.
Thank you for listening to Direct Radio.
VHS?
I've been your host, Tony Robusto.
I've been your host, Andy Reyes.
You can find me at on Blue Sky inspired by trueevents.org or on my website of the same name.
You can find me on Blue Sky at royalty-valens because they didn't allow me to put an underscore in there.
Still salty about it.
You can also find me on YouTube at Ethical Games Journalism, where I'm just kind of doing a little Let's Play right now.
Thank you to Lee Rosevere for the song A Ukulele for Christmas, which we use for our Christmas episodes.
Yeah. Oh my god, my downstairs neighbors are playing music so fucking loud right now.
I can't hear it, so it might be okay.
I can feel it in my feet.
I'll just play A Ukulele for Christmas louder than that.
So what are we gonna do? What's next?
I guess the question is, what do you want the
new year?
The new season, new year. How do you want to kick it off?
Man, this is a tough one. I kind of want to watch good movies.
Interesting. I have bad news for you about the conceit of our podcast.
Fascinating. I kind of want to do either like Great Mouse Detective or We're Back at Dinosaur Story, which are two incredibly different shots and chasers.
I kind of like the idea of doing Great Mouse Detective, honestly.
Yeah.
Find out about Ratigan, the world's greatest rat.
Yeah. That's a movie I haven't seen since I was a kid, so I'm excited to watch it again. I think we got a pretty good episode out of this.
Me too. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, listener.
Yes.
I am the ghost of Christmas future.
And I am the ghost of Christmas way future.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's bad.
The robots. It's all a pretty good movie, but there's one scene that's just like, why was this even in here?
Yeah, I feel like that happened a lot back in the day with these movies.
Why is there a sexy mouse scene for no reason?
It's there for a very good reason.
It's not there for the reason it's usually there. It's
a plot critical sexy mouse scene.
This is the thing, Andy. Usually it is. Like, if you're watching Roger Rabbit and Jessica Rabbit shows up, you're like, this is way horny, but this is plot critical. This sexy mouse is not plot critical. She's not a character.
Well, I don't know what to say.